Well, good afternoon, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Because without you guys, we're not going to think about without you guys. It's a given. You guys are here, and you're going to be here. You're going to stay here. It's not even a question. Okay, so let's get open for business here, and let's wake up the football gods. Wake up, wake up. I'm actually taking a break from in the workshop. My back is kind of killing me, and took some more back pills to try and see if I can get ahead of the pain a little bit here. But I am as excited as could be because today, friends, today, we're going to have our new and improved website will be done. Because any of you who have ordered shot glasses or racks and all that understand it's been a pooch screw. You know, as Derek and Karen, when they looked at my site, they're like, what kindergartner put this together? People go in there like, I can't find your store. So when you go in there today, when you open up the screen, you see Joe Boo there in front of the star. You'll see shop here. So you can click on that shop and it'll open up so you can see the shot glass rack. You can see the rock mug glass rack. You can see the card rack. And today, you're going to see the spice rack. Because see, you guys asked for it. When you ask for something here at Joe Boo's restaurant, you come in here hungry, you leave fed. So this afternoon, sometime this afternoon, she's going to be changing it over, and the other one, well, it's going to be buried. Yes, it will be buried in the relaunch of the new website, and it's going to have a lot of nice things in there. So if you're saying, well, where can I find Joe Boo? You just take my website. You follow that, you got Instagram, you got Twitter, you got Facebook, and you got YouTube. You got it all right there in one place. So I can't wait to get that going. So I was in the workshop there, and they were talking about receivers. Let me go to the article, Bleacher Report. Receivers. Let me see if I can find it now. Most receptions beyond 20 plus yards. You had Kenny Galladay with 16, and you had Stephon Diggs with 16, and third on the list is Amari Cooper at 15. And, you know, it's amazing because no matter what a Dallas Cowboy player does, it's never good enough. They are deemed a bum. You know, we have heard, you know, Mark, the Cowboys shouldn't pay him. He's a bum. He disappeared. Even with him disappearing, with the games that he played, he's still top 3 in big plays. We all know about Dak Prescott. If Dak Prescott was a quarterback on any other team, oh my God, they would be praising the hell out of him. But it's just like if they're a Dallas Cowboy player, I don't know if it's that Cowboy fans or their standards are up here which are unattainable or what. It just does not matter. When you have guys that are good, you go ahead and just trash them. And it seems like when we got guys that are kind of mediocre or coaches, people defend them. I just don't understand that. And it's funny because as I talk to like my cousin, you know, Daniel, who's a Redskin fan, who has been in quarterback purgatory for, it seems, forever. He talked about Dak Prescott, man. He like, that Dak Prescott, man. I wish we had Dak Prescott. That guy's, you know, as he'll tell you, he's a baller. I'd take him any day of the week. And there's a lot of teams and a lot of fans from other places like, Dak ain't the problem. But here in Dallas, you know, some of y'all think he's the worst case scenario that it's rather have Quincy Carter here. Quincy Carter's a better quarterback. That you'd literally take anybody other than Dak Prescott. And it's funny because Miss Jackie always, I don't know when Miss Jackie sleeps because she goes through everything. She catches stuff that I have no idea that even existed. So this morning she sent me a article from the Eagles writer, Michael Christ. And he is taking a look at NFC East outlook, the top players at every offensive position in 2020. Eagles, Eagle fan, Eagle writer. I'm going to read what he wrote. Looking ahead to the 2020, forgive me because I'm not a great reader out loud, but I do the best I can. Looking ahead to the 2020 NFL season, where do the Philadelphia Eagles possess their top talent at each position? More importantly, how do they stack up against NFC East rivals? Every year I do my best to predict the best player in the East at each position on both offense and defense. Since it matters more, we'll start this year's experiment with the offense. Here's how the list shakes out. So, okay, so you know I'm a homer. You know, Law Nation, he's a homer. You know Philly 500, he's a homer. So you know what you're going to get with this. Carson Wentz is the best quarterback in the NFC East, and Dak is trash, right? Quarterback, Dak Prescott. It's just a take. It can't hurt you. Looking back at 2019, before we glaze forward to 2020, the case that Prescott was better quarterback is straightforward. Using key metrics from Pro Football Focus quarterback annual, the analysis showed Prescott was substantially better than Carson Wentz from a clean pocket. Produced more positive graded plays, avoided more negative plays, and was on target more often, had a better adjusted completion percentage, and was more efficient on third down. The areas where Wentz rated higher, like when under pressure and with big time throws, it's much tighter. Thus, Prescott's graded higher as a passer, 13th versus 18th. And added value as a quality runner. It's not just Pro Football Focus either. DVOA, QBR, QB rating, and so on all favor Prescott. The almighty film also favors Prescott. You mean, wait, film, isn't that like the eye test? He was more consistent of the two, hitting the proverbial ceiling and avoiding the floor more than Wentz. With all these factors leading Prescott, the onus would be on me to make the case for Wentz. If I choose to do so, not the other way around, even Vegas has the odds favoring Prescott to be an MVP over Wentz. Still, I'm trying to explain my rationale while providing as much context as possible. Where I went wrong for Wentz wasn't the high leverage drops at the end of games. In fact, I thought he played better for the early stretches of the season than many gave credit for. Beyond a nasty fumbling habit, we all know about his fumbling. The problem for Wentz shines hardest on three big games in the middle of the season. The first tilt against Dallas in Week 7, and I believe that was 37-10. Just saying. I know you Eagle fans forget about that game, but we kicked that ass. We kicked that ass, but be that as it may. That saw the Eagles and Wentz falter early and never got going. That was then followed soon after by two consecutive games against the Patriots and Seahawks, where they looked mentally shot as the situation around them crumbled. Wentz should get credit for rebounding and ending the season with 10 touchdowns and 1 interception over the last 5 games, which is great. 10 TDs, 1 interception. You can't ask for much more than that. I mean, that's a 10-to-1 ratio. I got to give him credit on that. I do argue more impressively from the leadership perception that an execution standpoint. For example, during that stretch, he never played a pass defense rated higher than 23rd. Whoa. The Dolphins and Giants check in at 31st and 32nd, and they represent 2 of those 3 matchups. Okay. Prescott's worst came in big moments too, but it was a shoulder injury that limited him against the Eagles in Week 16. Like Prescott suffered from a plethora of drops, leading the lead by a wide margin of 43. His receivers had 5 against the Eagles in that game alone. We had 5 drops in the Eagles game, leaving the banged-up Prescott without the support to triumph in a must-win divisional showdown. So wait. Hold it. Stop. He's not really an Eagle fan, is he? He's not really. We got a Cowboy fan. We got this must be like my long-lost brother or something over there writing, because he literally took everything that you hear about Dak Prescott and turned it around. He has said that Dak Prescott performed better than Carson Wentz. He even went to the point of saying that, yeah, Carson Wentz played great down the stretch, 10 TDs, 1 interception, but he played two of the worst defenses in the NFL, in the Giants and the Redskins. And that when he went against Dak Prescott, that the Cowboys had 5 drops and the quarterback had a separated shoulder. He just literally busted out all this saying of Dak Prescott losing to practice squad players. He just gave the Cowboys an excuse for losing that game, and he even cut down Carson Wentz. Wow. Outside of that late failure in Philadelphia, which he gave you excuses and reasons why, your wide receiver, even though you had a separated shoulder, you had 5 drops by your receivers, and that your team led the NFL by a wide margin. My God. Outside of the late failure in Philadelphia, you're only left with a shaky performance on the road against the Patriots, as a game where Prescott came up noticeably short by his own doing. Even then, he never hit the lows Wentz achieved multiple times in 2019. Projecting to 2020, situation is a key factor in a quarterback's success, and these two are no different. The Eagles are on the 3rd cycle of weapons for Wentz, and their 3rd cycle of offensive coaches under Doug Peterson. It's likely can't be worse in terms of supporting cast for Wentz, but there's a good deal of unknown concerning how all this comes together. The Cowboys made key decisions in the offseason in retaining offensive coordinator Kellen Moore. It wouldn't be a huge blunder letting the young mastermind behind a second-ranked it would have been a huge blunder letting the young mastermind behind the second-ranked offense walk, and the Cowboys ultimately made the right decision. And they locked Amari Cooper and stole CeeDee Lamb in the draft. In terms of stability, a term I made up just now, Prescott has the advantage while Wentz will need a much healthier, need to be much better health around him for the new ideas to mesh into the additions. One spot where the Eagles have an advantage is offensive line, and we'll divulge in that later pieces. That's no small thing. Wow. If their surrounding circumstances click, both quarterbacks have already shown the potential to play like top 10 quarterbacks or better. This is probably the 3rd time I've changed answers on this through the years. But gun to my head, I'd argue that Prescott has a better shot at being a top-tier quarterback in 2020. Wow. Wow. You know, I'm impressed. Michael Christ, I'm impressed. I am really, really impressed. I'd like to talk to you. I really would like to talk to you, my man. Wow. He just gave Dak Prescott props, gave him excuses on why the team failed, didn't put it on Dak Prescott. He said that Dak had just one game, that he really didn't show that you could look and say maybe it's his fault. And that's New England in the weather where nobody wins in New England. Let's be honest. Nobody wins in New England against Bill Belichick, at least before this year. Wow. Michael, you might want to be in, if you live in Philadelphia, you might want to get into witness protection, because I can guarantee you that the Eagle brethren aren't going to like you too much. I'm just saying, I can see them rather upset. You are risking life and limb putting that article out there, but you know what? Hey, bro, you got a friend over here at the Joe Boo Sports Report. So you can take that as you will. Other teams out there actually grade our players higher, and as you see, so many of our free agents that are coveted. You see Robert Quinn, boom, big-ass contract in Chicago. You see Randall Cobb, boom, replacing Hopkins with the Texans. You see our guys, how many went to Vegas, that are in popular demand with other teams. They're coveted. Yet, we trash all our guys. We say they're bums. Let them go. Get them out of here. They can't do shit. Kind of amazing when you think about it. All right, I got to get back to work because it's time to go to work. It's time to go to work because I got more racks and stuff that I got to get out to you guys, and I definitely can't wait to show you guys the new website. So I'm Mark Holmes, and well, I think we just stirred the pot a little bit. I'll see you soon.